covering news where you live. This is 5 News at 6.
We're going to start tonight with Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. The festivities return to our area this week, and for the second year in a row, celebration stretches all across Rogers and Eureka Springs. Thanks for joining us. I'm Darren Bobb.
And I'm Alexandra Burnley. 5 News reporter Morgan Wrigley visited one of those sites hosting the event. She shows us how crews are hard at work getting ready for bikers to roll in as early as tomorrow.
Tucked away in the winding roads of Eureka Springs is the Farm Campground, and that's the official campground of Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. From Wednesday to Saturday, Rogers and Eureka Springs will be full of bikes, blues, and barbecue.
It's the second largest bike rally in America behind Sturgis. We're happy and thrilled to be a part of it and excited about it.
This is the second year the farm in Eureka Springs has been the official campground for the festival. Property manager Greg McKenzie says the best part of Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue is the people.
The farm is so quiet during the regular season, and we're just a regular campground, and it's very quiet and peaceful. But man, when the events roll in, there's an unescapable energy that it's great to be a part of it.
And as the clock ticks toward opening day, crews at the farm are hard at work prepping for the big weekend.
We're going to have people coming in on Tuesday night so that they can get ready and hit the rally full force on Wednesday morning.
The festivities at the farm include vendors, food trucks, a beer garden, and live music.
We have 2 bands coming on. We have Danny Spain, who is part of the Danny Spain gang, and then we also have Country Jesus, who's one of our farm favorites.
McKenzie says while the event is geared towards bikers, everyone is welcome.
It's a beautiful place to come visit, whether you're riding a bike or not. The roads are half the fun, scares some people, but we have bikers coming from all over the country to cruise the Ozark Mountains.
Those events.
All right, well, the LPGA's annual Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship, a little under 2 weeks away at Pinnacle Country Club. This year, they're working to keep prices affordable and make the event more family-friendly.
Concessions prices are also really affordable. All meals and drinks are $3 or less, courtesy of Tyson Foods. And new this year, we're really excited. We have a Pampers family tent on site for parents or mothers who may need to change a diaper or something like that with their young children. We wanted to provide a relaxing space for parents if they need it while they're on site at the course.
Play starts September 29th. It'll run through October 1st, but the tournament is hosting events all week. For tickets, you can visit NWAchampionship.com or you can purchase them at the gate. Adult tickets are $10. Kids 17 and under will get in for free.
All right, moving now to the forecast for the busy week of events happening across our area. Stephen, you're tracking some rain chances across 5 country that could impact some of these plans.
Yeah, I wish we could have the weather that we have today the rest of the week for all those events, but we're getting a lot more rainfall. Starting with some cloud coverage heading into tomorrow. That's going to start to build in once we get into the afternoon, and those rain chances are shortly coming afterwards once we get later on into tomorrow evening. Today, though, lots of sunshine, a few clouds here and there. Again, that's changing heading into tomorrow. Taking a look at our weather outlook, warming up the first half of the week again today, and for the most part tomorrow, temperature is going to be up into the upper 80s once again, but then those storm chances and those rain chances start to come in once we get later on into Tuesday evening. And it doesn't stop from there. Wednesday through the rest of the work week and into the weekend, those rain chances are going to continue. River Valley, the rest of the night tonight, temperatures today topped out close to 90 degrees. Again, lots of sunshine today. That cloud coverage is going to start to build in once we get into tomorrow afternoon. Across northwest Arkansas, daytime highs today reaching up into the mid-80s. That high pressure system still dominating. But once we get that next front to arrive, rain chances are going to continue throughout most of the week. And we do have the storm risk heading into tomorrow as well. We'll be breaking down the full forecast coming up in a little bit.
All right, Stephen, thanks. 5 News weather team will be tracking any rain chances throughout the week on our free 5 News smartphone app. Tonight in Sebastian County, a man behind bars in an attempted murder investigation. James Barton is accused of burglary and attempted capital murder. According to a probable cause affidavit, the charges are connected to a shooting that happened on Spring Mountain Road just south of Fort Smith early Friday morning. Victim says he woke up to find Barton standing at the foot of his bed holding a gun. He was later treated for 2 gunshots to his arms. Barton is being held tonight in the Sebastian County Jail. An update tonight on the Amber Waterman case, the earliest that she'll stand trial for murder and kidnapping in Benton County appears to be in January of next year.
We learned of that new date today, which will happen after her federal murder trial. The Pineville, Missouri woman is in federal custody in Springfield, Missouri tonight. She's awaiting trial along with her husband, Jamie, for kidnapping and murdering Ashley Bush and her unborn child. The federal trial is set to begin on December 4th in Springfield.
According to investigators, Waterman kidnapped Bush with the hope of claiming the unborn child as her own. Her husband, Jamie, is charged as an accessory in the crime. We'll be following, of course, both cases as they move forward. We'll have updates on our website at 5newsonline.com.
A LaFleur County man learned his fate today for possessing thousands of images showing child sexual abuse. Carl Robert Kennedy was sentenced to 10 years in prison today. According to U.S. attorneys, the investigation into the 67-year-old began after they were tipped off by the Centers for Missing and Exploited Children about Kennedy sharing illegal photos of children. Investigators found more than 8,000 images of child sexual exploitation inside his house. After the 10-year sentence, Kennedy will register as a sex offender and be under a lifetime term of supervised release.
Powerball jackpot rising again. Tonight's prize estimated to be $638 million, but the impact of ticket sales being felt all across Arkansas. Brooke Buckner shows us how a record year for the scholarship lottery is benefiting all students.
Our mission is to maximize proceeds responsibly, and so we do that by giving part of our proceeds to the scholarships for students in Arkansas.
To date, Ashley McNatt with the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery says the organization raised more than $1.3 billion for students.
We're actually coming off of a record year where we raised $114 million for students in Arkansas. So total since inception, what that equates to is about 720,000 scholarships that have gone out to students throughout the state at either 2 or 4 year universities.
And the students aren't the only ones benefiting. McNatt says Arkansans are winning some high jackpots this year.
Yeah, we had a record proceeds year, $114 million. It was also the second highest year for sales.
Ending the 2023 fiscal year with about $607 million in sales. And so far this year, the lottery is ahead of budget.
By $16.35 million as of right now, and a lot of that can be attributed to the high jackpots we've had. Our new in-state game Lotto, it actually had its second jackpot winner last week. That player won $999,000, so we're real excited.
A big ticket like that also helps the business that sold it.
That retailer is going to get just under $10,000.
Retailers receive 1% commission from the sales of winning lottery products. Rodney Spencer, the store manager at the new Circle K gas station on Chester Street in downtown Little Rock, hopes to sell a winning ticket.
And we definitely look forward to that day, and it's coming real soon.
Even the smaller amounts, it does help them out every little bit.
In Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, 5 News.
Arkansas Senator John Bozeman tonight getting recognized for his work helping injured veterans. He was awarded this year's Wounded Warrior Project's 2023 Legislator of the Year. In a statement announcing the news, the project described Bozeman as a tireless advocate for veterans, championing legislation to improve benefits and services. It is Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, and tonight we're sharing how local groups are helping those who who deal with emotional traumas left behind by their jobs.
Plus, after its first loss of the season, the Arkansas football team hits the road for one of the most brutal 4-game stretches in all of college football. Sam Pittman talks about the upcoming schedule later in sport.
Plus, we have a lot of rain chances coming up this week. We'll be breaking down when the next one's going to be coming back into the forecast coming up in a little bit.
It is no secret that law enforcement and military personnel face many traumatic and stressful scenarios every day on the job.
Absolutely. Well, in honor of Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, law enforcement and military personnel are shining a light on mental health for those on the front lines. 5 News reporter Rachel Williams shares their stories.
Most people, experience less than 10 critical incidents in their whole life, and officers and firefighters will experience hundreds of those throughout their careers.
Law enforcement are trained to protect, serve, and keep the community safe in crisis situations. But what about when they're in a crisis of their own?
In my time here at the police department, we obviously go to suicides, and I know that affects officers in different manners, and a lot of the stuff we see does kind of wear on us mentally and emotionally, so I do see that effect.
That emotional and mental trauma does take a toll on officers, where they have to often seek out resources within their departments.
Being able to talk to somebody really helped inside the department. A senior officer or a fellow officer has kind of gone through similar calls or similar investigations or something, and just being able to kind of understand that, hey, what we see is abnormal, but what we feel is normal. And that has helped out a lot to a lot of guys.
We also have our peer-to-peer team. It's fairly new here at the Fayetteville Police Department. It's where peers, other police officers that know exactly what that police officer's experiencing will talk to them.
Sergeant Tony Murphy with Fayetteville Police says over the years, the culture of mental health within the force has changed.
People wouldn't talk about it. They'd want to be macho and act like nothing bothered them. And things do bother us. So we do need that help. And I think that stigma has kind of gone away in the last, 5 to 10 years. And that's good for our officers, where they can talk about stuff that's bothering them and stuff that they see.
As for military personnel deployed in combat zones overseas, Sheepdog Impact Assistance founder Lance Nutt says suicide, trauma, and PTSD rates are higher.
They're taught to be tough, not to deal with the trauma. Don't talk about the trauma. And unfortunately, in many cases, if they do, they're fired from their job.
And that's where Sheepdog steps in to help active duty, veterans, and first responders manage their overall mental wellness.
Our Warrior Path programs and our Struggle Well programs are designed to teach men and women that have served in the military and or as first responders how to turn their struggle into strength.
Covering news where you live, Rachel Williams, 5 News.